You swear eternal love beneath a flickering candle. You whisper promises that don't pay taxes, don't feed livestock, don't protect walls. And yet you believe these promises can withstand winter. Her father, at the back of the room, rolls his eyes. He knows, as everyone there knows, that love doesn't fill stores. It doesn't guarantee soldiers. It doesn't create alliances. Love is a troubadour's luxury, not a peasant's, much less one who bears a surname. But you, soft-hearted beast, insist on holding her hand, even when you feel your uncle's gaze calculating how many head of cattle this union should yield. But it doesn't, because you married for love. And love, in the Middle Ages, is a debt no one forgives. The fief next door wanted a piece of your land in exchange for an arranged marriage, but you preferred the girl smiling in the field of flowers. Now the neighboring fief wants the field of flowers and will take it at the sword. At night you sleep in each other's arms, warm against each other, while the firewood runs out. You have no gold to buy more. You have no agreement to ask for help, because love doesn't sign treaties. Your wife sighs, saying your love is enough. You know it's not enough. It's not enough when the tax comes, when the feudal lord demands the harvest, when the baron sends for soldiers and you have none left to spare. If he had married the baron's daughter, he would have it now. But the baron's daughter didn't laugh in the fields. She counted coins. She had white teeth, a heavy veil, and a father with 40 armed men. You trade all that for a sweet smile. Pretty, yes, but pretty doesn't defend a wall. Pretty doesn't fill a silo. In the cold corridors of the castle, the servants whisper. They say it's beautiful to see someone marry for love. Beautiful and stupid. Because when the harvest fails, who will lend? Who will defend? Who will send wheat when the plague comes? You sit at the table, break into stale bread, and smile at her as if it were a banquet. And it is a banquet of illusion. Outside, the neighbor's horses graze ever closer. And love doesn't build fences. It doesn't build walls. It doesn't pay mercenaries to guard the border. The priest who celebrated the union closes the door when he hears talk of hunger. God blesses love, but he doesn't distribute sacks of wheat. The feud requires a pact of blood mixed with blood, of coat of arms allied with coat of arms. You gave them only a breath of spring. And when winter comes, because it always does, the fire in the fireplace will burn out quickly. You'll have to choose between burning furniture or surrendering. Your wife will ask if you regret it. You lie. You kiss her forehead. You promise everything will be okay. She smiles back. You feel the invisible knife of fear touch your neck.
If it were an arranged marriage, there would be troops, a reinforced barrier, an uncle to send a letter asking for reinforcements. But no, there's just you, the candle, and the same love that doesn't buy shields. Spring arrives, but so does the tax. And the neighbor? The neighbor hasn't forgotten the field of flowers. He's coming. He's coming mounted, armed, with 10 men on horseback. You hold the wooden door. Look at her. She holds your hand. She promises you'll die together if necessary. Beautiful, isn't it? As beautiful as it is useless. You hear the hooves pounding in the mud. You feel the icy wind rushing in through the crack. You think that if you were a baron's son, you wouldn't be shivering at the door. You'd be sitting on a stone wall, laughing at the foolish peasant who married for love. The wood gives way. The neighbor's sword gleams, and deep down, you still think love is worth it, even if it only lasts until the blade arrives. You try to negotiate. You try to say this year's harvest will be good, that they can pay in sacks of wheat, in promises, in anything except blood. The neighbor laughs. The neighbor doesn't want wheat. He wants your field. He wants his piece of the world. And he wants to see your love come to nothing. Your wife stands behind you, pale but firm. She holds a kitchen knife as if it were a sword. You almost smile at the sight of such courage. Almost. Because courage doesn't bring down a knight. The first knock is on the door. The second is on your chest. You feel the air leave you as if it were taking away the I love you you'll never say again. On the dirt floor you stare at the ceiling. The candles flicker. The smell of smoke and fear mingle. Your hand reaches for hers. It's still there. In the end, all that remains is this: 2 hands held on a cold floor. The love that didn't save a fiefdom, didn't buy a wall, didn't pay taxes. But, as far as the breath goes, it's still love. When the neighbor moves away, he takes everything: cattle, fields, the future. He leaves only history, the story of those who believed they could defy the century and hunger with promises whispered in the dark. The village comments, whispers, spits on the ground. They say it was foolish. They say it was beautiful. They say no one will ever repeat it. But every spring, some young peasant catches the eye of a girl smiling in the field of flowers, and the cycle begins again. Promises of love don't die easily. Only those who make the promises do. Maybe you were a fool. Maybe you were free. Maybe love was all that remained when life was all debt, spears, and a distant god. In the end, marrying for love was feudal stupidity. But anyone who has never been stupid in love understands nothing about life or death.